Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Boys Play Minecraft modded modpack server. Today we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting mod. It is Astral Sorcery. Astral Sorcery is one of the few mods where you really need to pay attention to the book that you're given at the beginning of the game. So you should be given an Astral Tome when you first log in. And this is pretty much going to be your guide for the entire mod pack. When you open it up, it should start you here on this page. Really, the only thing to do is to click on Discovery. Sometimes it's a little obnoxious to try to actually click on it. You got to find just the right spot, or at least I do. And this will show you some of the things that you need to do. It will walk you through different pieces and parts. And as you go, you're going to actually be unlocking more tabs and more things. I've gone ahead and already hunted down some of the shrines. This should be like the first thing that you try to do. These are scattered all over the world. Sometimes you can actually find them on your minimap if you've got the minimap installed. So you just look around at places you've explored, and anytime you see one of these white squares, that's probably an Astral Sorcery altar or shrine. They come in different sizes. The one right in front of me is one of the larger ones. This is the one that I'm going to be working on right now. But there are smaller ones, and you can harvest them to get the marble from Astral Sorcery. Unfortunately, Astral Sorcery does not, or dictionary with the other kinds of marble that you'll find in the world. So if you want to use Astral Sorcery, you really need to find the Astral Sorcery marble. And the only way to do that, as far as I know, is to break down a lot of these shrines. So what I'm going to do is dig down. Depending on the size of the shrine, if it's this size, there's actually a room underneath it. If it's a little smaller, there's probably water flowing down here. What you're going to need to do is dig down and look under the pillars, and there will be some chests hidden under there with resources. So down here we have the floating crystal, and in the Astral Sorcery tome, one of the things it mentions is maybe placing a crafting table close by will yield something interesting. So I'm going to place my crafting table there. Light shines on the crafting table from the floating crystal, and now I can do Astral Sorcery crafting. Astral Sorcery is really tricky because you need starlight in order to do pretty much anything in the mod. So next thing I'm going to do, let me go back to the research tab, is try to make a resonating wand. So I need marble, an ender pearl, and aquamarine. Aquamarines are found in found underwater. They're in sandy biomes. So it looks just like sand, except it's got some bluish stripes through it, if I remember correctly. I'll go back and find some, but I've actually already got some. I got this from looting one of these temples. So yeah, see, I've got aquamarine right in there. So we need the resonating wand. And there we go. I need to do it in a luminous crafting table, which means I'm going to have to open my book. The biggest frustration with this mod is that you can't really use JEI. You just have to move things in on your own. It's a little annoying, but there we go. We've got our resonating wand. The resonating wand is used for starting crafting recipes. The resonating wand also has some other curious properties. When it's held in either hand at night, it will vibrate and emit energetic sparks around random locations. Maybe there's something deep underground. The next thing that we need to work on is there we go, is finding rock crystals. So, rock crystal ore. These are found in very, very, very deep caves. These are usually found around Y level 4, if I remember correctly. So it's really hard to find them. That's where the resonating wand comes into play. As you walk around the surface, during night, it will start to shine where there are rock crystal ores, and then you can just dig straight down and you'll find them. Now, to get out of here, I'm actually going to use, off camera, I made myself some slime boots and a slime sling. I made the slime boots because I kept falling and dying while I was working on a project. But the slime sling is a great way of getting around the server. It just allows you to fling yourself around. If I hold shift, it will make me stop bouncing, just like if I had a slime block. And that should be that. I'm going to put some of these materials back in my pouches. I'm actually going to go ahead and put all of this Astral Sorcery stuff into this pouch. As you can see right now, the sun is getting ready to set. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for the sun to set, and then I'll get back to you once I have found some rock crystal ore. So I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. So I've been wandering around the desert a little bit, and as you can see, I've found a couple of spots where there are rock crystals. So what I'm going to do is stand here and set myself a waypoint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually set my Y level to 4 and save that. And then I'm going to go over to these ones and do the same. The reason I'm going to do that is these particle effects won't show up unless I'm on the surface, but I really don't want to have to dig down and then pillar back up and dig down and pillar back up over and over and over again. Let me murder this guy. And this one. The slime boots make combat a little weird, but okay. Let me go back to the resonating wand. There they are. So I'm going to open up my map, set a waypoint, new. I'm not even going to bother to name this. I'm just going to delete it in a minute anyways. So now that I have these 2 waypoints, I don't see any other particle effects, so I'm going to start digging down. Of course, I don't have a shovel with me, so I'm just going to have to, do the old punch until I get down here. And then I can start to mine. Now, as is always the case, never mine straight down. Do a 2x1, and that will help you. Another great thing about these slime boots is if I were to, pop into a ravine, it wouldn't kill me. I could just bounce. The only thing that would actually kill me would be lava. But even then, I might be able to survive it. Anyways, I'm going to dig down, and I'll get back to you once I have found the rock crystal ore, which might take a moment. And we're back. So what I've gone ahead and found is my rock crystal ore. I've actually already mined one of these by accident. The rock crystals are used for crafting. Unfortunately, they don't really stack together, so as you get them, it's good to have a bag to throw them in. I believe luck or fortune might result in more of these being dropped every time you mine an ore, but I think 2 should be good enough. Let me just throw some of this stuff in my bag. And there's going to be some more over there. But one of the things I remember reading is it's a good idea to just mine around where you found one, because there might be more hiding. Or there might be some diamonds hiding. That's never a bad thing. I'm actually pretty diamond poor right now. Yep. So I'm going to mine myself some diamonds. Okay. And now it's just a matter of digging over to that other spot. It's only, of course there's gravel in the way. Gravel is so annoying underground. But it's only a few blocks away. 40. That's a little more than a few. So I'll get back to you in a minute. And we're back. So I collected a few rock crystals, but I thought it would be a good idea to move on to the next step. So the next step that we have, if I look in my book, is to create the luminous crafting table. This will allow me to do astral sorcery crafting somewhere other than this little room. So what I'm going to do first is, it would help if I had my marble out. I'm going to create sooty marble, which is just 8 pieces of marble and 1 piece of coal. And then, of course, I forgot a crafting table. I'll be right back. So I just capped it off because I didn't want any, what are they called? Creepers dropping in on me. And here we go. This is the luminous crafting table. And as you can see, down in the left, I have learned more. So let's open up the tome. So there's the exploration, and this is where we were before discovery. Now we're in the exploration area. There we go. So you can see there's a lot more stuff to do. Rock crystal properties. So I believe now if I look at my rock crystals, yes, they will tell me what size they are. Ooh, size 2. I didn't even know they came that small. Their purity and their cutting. Those attributes can be refined to make better and better and better rock crystals. We can also grow crystals. We can, by putting the crystals into liquid starlight, we can actually grow them larger. I believe this is the first thing I want to make, the resonator. This will allow me to find spots that have really good starlight. So the light well is going to be what I make first. And I believe I can leave here now. Where's my sling? And I'm not too worried about creepers. I'm actually going to go ahead and warp home. Okay, and my luminous crafting table can go right there. Oh, apparently this is a really good spot. As you can see here, there's this little meter that shows me how much starlight there is. And apparently this is a decent place. So I'm going to take out a rock crystal and some aquamarines. And I need to make the light well. Only I forgot how to do it. Runed marble, chiseled marble. So I need some runed marble. I've got some there. Got some chiseled marble. And I need one more piece of runed marble. So that's just marble and one piece of chiseled, one piece of marble, and another piece of marble. Should go right there. The weird thing about the luminous crafting table, you can't just pull the items out. You actually have to right-click the crafting bench with the resonating wand, and you get this little animation, and it spits out the materials you wanted. Okay, so rune, 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 chisel, chisel, aquamarine, aquamarine, and rock crystal, and that gives us the light well. in the light well, if I open up my book, it stores a crystalline liquid. This is liquid starlight. I believe in order to do this, we have to, in order to use it, we have to either put a aquamarine or rock crystal into it to act as a catalyst. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss an aquamarine in there, just one right now, and it should, yes, you can see it's already starting to collect liquid starlight. And while that is going, I'm going to try to find myself another aquamarine. Oh, there we go. So this is what I'm looking for, aquamarine shale. And I know it says the tool is a shovel, but I'm going to use a pickaxe because that's what I got. And I got 3 aquamarines from it. Hopefully I don't drown. Let me just warp home, because there was a blizz there and it was killing me. Okay. So as you can see here, the light well has collected some starlight, but it consumed the aquamarine. So we're going to let it keep going, and eventually I will have a thing of liquid starlight that I can use to make the, I think it's called the Fossick Resonator. Yes, the Fossick Resonator. And this will allow me to find some really nice spots to build Astral Sorcery apparatus, I guess. And we're back. So I've got a light well here with a decent amount of liquefied or liquid starlight. I've actually already taken a bucket out, and here we have the recipe for the Fossick Resonator. And if I go ahead and right click on that, it will generate. I still don't have my sextant yet, but I'm going to work on it. Now the Fossick Resonator. So now with the Fossick Resonator, I believe all I have to do is run around the world holding it, and it should show me areas that have a lot of starlight. I can't remember if this is only possible during the day or if it's only possible at night. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sleep. That way the other people on the server aren't murdered by mobs. And once I've found a spot, I'll go ahead and record again. That way you can see what I'm talking about with the Fossick Resonator. And I'll be right back again. And we are back. So I've been wandering around and holding the Fossick Resonator. It turns out that you need to run around at night while holding it. And you'll see this light blue mist here. That shows that this is an area that gets a lot of starlight. The denser the mist, the more starlight there is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a waypoint here. I'm going to call this Starlight. And this is actually where I'm going to relocate all of my Astral Sorcery materials and all of my Astral Sorcery stuff right here. I'm going to build a an Astral Sorcery, essentially, tower right here, because it also turns out that the higher up you go... Okay, I can't talk and fight at the same time, so let me just go home. The higher up you are in the world, the more starlight you get. Which might be why this was generating so much starlight so quickly. And insert a big jump cut here. So I've been working for the past couple of days on trying to get some Astral Sorcery stuff up and running. As you can see, I've got quite a few changes. I've actually built a little tower here in our patch of starlight. Unfortunately, we're running into a bug when we try to do the next step, which is to map the constellations. When I look through my telescope, I can find these constellations. It's a little harder with this version of the telescope. I was hoping it would work, but you see these bright stars here? I should be able to connect those lines in one of these patterns, and it would allow me to unlock the constellation, and I could see the constellation in the night sky and so on. Unfortunately, every time I do that, I crash. We're hoping that it'll get fixed with the next Astral Sorcery update, but As for right now, I'm going to go ahead and take a step back from Astral Sorcery, put a lot of time into it, and if I can't get much further, then I think I'm about done with it for now. That being said, Astral Sorcery is a lot of fun to play with. It gives you some interesting blocks to work with, interesting textures. There are some interesting particle effects you can get going. I never made any, but you can get things like illumination powder to just do a different kind of light source. You can get nocturnal power to actually create a little mob spawner out in the world. It's a lot of fun. But like I said, because we can't really get much further than this, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Again, if you've got any comments or suggestions, please be sure to leave them down in the comments area below, and I hope I'll catch you guys next time.